Hi guys, I just had a false start. I was well into a very, I thought, pertinent rap, and a friend of mine came to the door, and I thought I could pause it. I haven't, I'm so iPhone ignorant that I don't even know how to just pause. It wipes it and starts back at the beginning. So that fits nicely with what I was actually talking about. God, that's bright. I don't know how to. Anyway, it's sort of like I have a patch, the false start. I was talking about delayed gratification because I'm about to have Christmas, hopefully, this week. It's been put off and put off and put off, which didn't frustrate me, weirdly enough. I just sort of rolled with it okay. And, because my tendency to attach it to a date has really loosened. The older I get, it's like, whatever, because time it gets a little different. And I think it, in many ways, in a good way. It's another ring of the tree. Ring on the tree. Oh, God. So there was that idea of delayed gratification, that the whole situation changes in the time of the delay. The other thing I wanted to say was that tendency, at least in me, to think the other person is being evasive or not wanting to communicate or blocking me or whatever. And I realized, in ways I don't yet fully understand, I'm doing it too. I'm just putting the onus on them. That's my way to block. It's like more surreptitious. I've put myself in a relationship to somebody who's blocking me. What am I doing then? So it's like, somehow own it. Don't think it's all about the other person not wanting to reveal themselves. That's an impulse in everybody. We're so vulnerable because a part of us thinks if we reveal ourselves, if that thing, did I talk about that? Maybe that was the earlier. I'm going to repeat it because you'll think I'm nuts otherwise. It was a series called The Good Place. It's surreal. It's an interesting, it's very uneven, I think, but there's a character, or maybe characters, who, when the going gets rough, it's like Beam Me Up, Scotty, except they disappear into this kind of cocoon, and it goes, and they're just, they're safe. And sometimes you can see it in the other person. You're talking, you trigger them, and it shuts. You lose accessibility. And open sesame. I mean, I don't think it's possible to make the other guy feel safe. I think they have to feel safe. And it may not be love them and leave them. It may be, if you love them, leave them be. Let them do this thing. And in some way, recognize that you do it too. Because at our core, we all feel vulnerable, and perhaps if they knew me, could they love me? And I think there's an interesting question too. If I don't know them, fully understand them, whatever, I apparently it doesn't mean I don't love them, which is frustrating, anyways. Okay, the cards aren't shuffling, so that means get on with it, get on with it. Get on with it. Get on with it. Knight of Wands. Wands are the suit of action. among other things, but action based on impulse, based on intuition. It's not like, you know, I'll stop and think about this a little more. It's more, I see the thing I want, or the thing intuitively I know is mine somehow, and I go for it. I go for it. That's not shutting up in the like a pea in the pod. Okay. Okay. I think one of them was Page of Cups. That's an apology. Can be, or just a, you know, you're going for it, you know, here I am. This is what I want. And it ends up being a page energy. You know, it's like the baby. It's not the knight. It's not the queen or king. It's the kind of child. There might be a child involved. Okay, so we have this go for it. Then this, it might be the inner child, the vulnerability we feel that allows us, that, you know, causes us to go inside and zip it. And the trust that allows us to open up, to feel safe. He, she, they, slowly, like dipping toes in the water, in those cups energy, those feelings. So we have taking action on, and maybe tentatively on a new feeling. That vulnerability. I undo the pod, you know, in all my vulnerability of a child. Queen of Cups. Well, evidently, we've leapfrogged, somebody has, from page to queen. Or it's this queen accepting this person lovingly in their newness and knowing not to push it. This is a little bit pushing it, though, so we have a bit of a... but it shows the person... they're not running around like Knight of Wands. And then it's Four of Cups, which in this deck looks a bit like a card of isolation. Sometimes I see it as like a funnel. You know, that these big energies are trying to come in through a fairly small opening, but it's a way to concentrate the energy. During this in traditional Rider-Waite shows somebody under a tree contemplating three cups in a sort of sulky or, you know, disappointed way. Again, cups energy. But this one looks to me more like in that time of the love suspension. It's almost like this person would be overwhelmed if it all came in at once. But it's like, you know, it is getting concentrated as it goes through, as it goes through this funnel. Four of Cups is a card of waiting, of anticipation, of delayed gratification. And maybe now at last, somebody's taking action. This one, what is the action, please? The Knight of Wands is going for it. Yeah, in Wands energy, a strength. Overcoming some kind of obstacle. This is a card of Leo. And I'm not sure what the posture, it's sort of like bearing, I'm getting like bearing the light. Because sun energy is revelation. It's unzipping the pod, the protective, the cocoon. Takes courage. You know, acting takes courage. Major Arcana, first one. Okay. Okay. Of course it does. Lovers. This is that kind of a close relationship. It's a card of Gemini, of the twins. It's meeting somebody on equal footing, face to face. You know, boy, vulnerability, let me tell you. It's air energy, Gemini. It's the willingness to be known, where both parties, despite, you know, all the circumstantial hurdles and all the internal hurdles, maybe the biggest of which is, do I let you know me? Do I trust you enough? Do I trust myself enough and my own worth to meet you face to face? It's a choice to go in the thingy or to open it up. Because there's no this without opening it up. And that open sun energy, this is the card of strength, but sun figuring prominently. To open up to the light takes courage and strength. It's almost like I'm getting, it actually, you know, to pry those things, like a elevator door that's shut, and you have to sort of, you have to really want it. You know, that's, from thence comes your strength. To make the choice for this kind, you know, to come out of, this could be the cocoon. Because at first I said I think it's an isolating energy. You know, all this stuff above me, these energies are too big. But the pyramids were known, or they can be an image for amplifying the cosmic messages and influence. Tower. Could mean a whole lot of things, but here I see it as, you know, it's like you're having strength to sort of pry it open so that you can, I mean, not, pry shouldn't be the word. Well, it isn't, because tower is the universe having a hand in it. And whatever is constrained, like a pod that makes you feel safe, it isn't actually safety that you get out of it. It's isolation. And, you know, if you're growing, which we are, there's a certain point where this isn't going to fit anymore. So the pod just bursts. It's like the seed pod and all the milkweed flies. The seeds of new life. And we notice in lovers there's like a road to get there. At some point their paths converge. Converge. Star. Love it. A card of Aquarian energy. And it's sort of, here we've got the apparent individual, and behind the person, I don't know if you can see it, but there are these other iterations, this like the path. Also, like lovers, air energy. This is Aquarius. And King of Cups, a match for the Queen. You know, here he's actually got a hand on that light in the dark, because we have this star background and the light coming in, getting concentrated. It's almost like the image I got was a Bunsen burner. You know, to get the chemical reaction, you sometimes have to heat it up. And in this case, it's heated up with the energy of THE energy, the Wa, the Chi, the cosmic, I want to say glue. That's not quite, but it is the cohesive, the thing that makes all of these disparate parts in the universe cohere somehow, ultimately. Cohere. So we have King of Cups, Queen of Cups. That's this. You know, something happens. It's a kind of an epiphany. And again, we have, the person with the funnel and the big things above. Here we have the tower as a kind of a funnel and the big things above. And it's sort of like, in my period of waiting for love, it came in, it burst me open at the seams, burst us open. One more. The Seven of Cups on strength. This is like, well, it's another Cups energy, right? It's all about feelings, 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 feelings. Heavy on the air also. But the 3D cards, how it plays out in our daily lives is King of Cups, Queen of Cups. More Cups energy. Another card of kind of waiting. And in this case, I think it's waiting for clarity. That's one meaning of Seven of Cups. Out of all these options, this character always looks impatient to me. And that's another, can be another meaning of Four of Cups. Waiting, where is the love? On strength. I think we have to keep going. Yeah. On star, because star is a wish fulfillment in divine timing, the healing connection. And Aquarian energy is the sort of on high aspect. Our connection to that. And what this King of Cups is pulling in. Somehow tapping into the light in the dark. And they're doing it for each other. Gender be damned, could be a same-sex couple, could be the gender feminine is taking the more active role to access this love light and pull it in. On star, Ace of Cups. It's first off self-love. It's this, if you're waiting around for where's the love, well, it's in you. I'm hearing dumbass. This is the universe talking like, it's in you. I'm pouring it into you. Aces can speak to the individual, into you. King and Queen of Cups. You know, these people are accessing that energy and using it to connect Cups energy to each other. Which is a choice. You know, we always have the choice to let that pass us by, to delay the gratification even longer, to say it's not the time for it. You know, this time I'm not ready, or whatever. It's, sorry, I've got to have a sip here, wet my whistle. What does Knight of Wands want to do? What's the action? Chariot. Move. Move on it. Jump on it. Move fast. Get these Sphinx, because they're the mystery, right? And they appear to be pulling in two directions. But see the road image here? And the road image here? The action is to move forward. This is water energy, the energy of all these cups. It's like both parties pulling together. And I have to notice one of them is, on the road, almost making the path. You walk the path you find the path by walking the path, whatever that expression is. They're off. And this one appears not to be quite off yet. Delayed gratification, maybe again. But the Knight of Wands would speed it up. Because there's an impatience. There's a, let's get this show on the road. We know what we feel. I want to take the action to move forward on the basis of some kind of acceptance of my feelings. I'm going to unzip the Empress on Page of Cups. Empress can be a card of mother. Page of Cups can be a kid. Doesn't have to be a literal kid. It can be your inner child and you birthing it, you nurturing it, you protecting it. This could be a love child. King and Queen of Cups, Empress, Page of Cups. Empress is a card of fertility. I mean, you might want to be aware of that in the coming weeks, just like be aware of, you may be a fertile, okay, and Justice on Four of Cups. A card of balance. Of sort of integration of these apparent opposites. And again, we have the big, I'm sure it's a planet and I just don't know what rules Libra. I think Mercury. Yeah, if you don't know it already, I am like a horoscope and astrology is blah, 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 I don't know. But there's something in this situation that you do know, because this is a card of clarity, of having come to a decision. Come to a decision. And I'll just say it because it flashed across my mind and I then dismissed it. this could be a legal situation. Because there's child, mother, king, queen, waiting, waiting, waiting. It could also like be waiting to adopt. Waiting for a child to be born. Delayed gratification. Like maybe trying for a long time to have a child. But it could be litigating some sort of I don't think it's custody. Whatever it is, you know, it comes out in favor of what's best for everybody. That's a element of Aquarian energy. You know, to be born, Empress, into this kind of arrangement where you're free to be your most vulnerable, Page of Cups. Because I think this is like under a protective wing. You know, it's safe to come out of the pod, come out of the cocoon. Four of Pentacles. Well, somebody that still doesn't feel safe. There's a card of holding back, of hanging on. Has to do with the delayed gratification business. Knight of Pentacles. Well, it's going slowly. The road again. Slowly, methodically, step by step, taking breaks, holding back. You know, it may be more a situation like, beak, oop. You know, eventually there's the desire, Knight of Wands, to really open all the way. That sun energy of coming to clarity, coming out of confusion. Out of confusion. Because this is a card of you know, clear air energy. Understanding relationship. The two sides of the scale. The two sides. Equal balance. King and Queen of Cups. Is there one more? Eight of Cups. Water energy, love is everywhere. There's a great quote, and I'll try to get it tomorrow, about you know, soulmate energy comes in the form of the friend, the animal, the earth. Love is everywhere. Don't try to like confine it. It can't be stuffed into something small. Not when it's this kind. It may entail, again, the road. You know, delayed gratification. There's some, you know, some distance still to cover. Some distance still to cover. But on the path. You know, on the path. Because it's not only forward movement, perhaps, in feelings and through time. It's a minor arcana card, but also in the psyche. Reaching this point where you're ready to let the other person know you, sword energy, Gemini. Ready to know and be known. No more hiding. I mean, it's a good, useful, you know, sometimes I wish I had one of those to just shield off the, if anything is really negative is coming at you. It would be nice. But in this situation, nothing negative is coming in the near future, but there is a road to walk, and there will be things that are left behind, because, you know, when Tower happens, it's the world as we know it disassembling itself so that it can reassemble itself in a more balanced way, justice, and trusting the love to get you there. You may be experiencing a phase of delayed gratification, and trust it. You know, something's growing, these pentacle energies. It's like the energy is accumulating somehow over time. The growth, the value, the realness, the authenticity is growing, like the rings of the tree I was talking about. I'll see you next time. Please like, share, subscribe. It's down below. If you are subscribed, I'm reminded to tell you there will be a little notification bell. If you hit that, you can be notified when things are uploaded. And you have the option never to be notified. You know, there are 3 options, but you don't want to miss it, do you? See you next time.